3. ¡Vamos!
Graduands, guests, colleagues, I declare this ceremony open. Please be seated. As Interim Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Research and Innovation, I welcome you to this graduation ceremony for students from the School of Social Sciences. I would also like to welcome family and friends who are joining us from around the world via the NTU live stream. Welcome also to our outstanding alumnus, AJ Tagala. It is a pleasure and a privilege to have you with us, and we look forward to hearing your thoughts a little later in the ceremony. Graduands, I want to begin by congratulating you on your achievements. Well done and welcome back to NTU. Graduation is the pinnacle of the academic year for us as much as for you. It is the day we come together to reflect on your academic accomplishments and all the incredible things you have achieved throughout your NTU journey. Until recently, the COVID-19 pandemic has denied us that opportunity, but we have always been committed to celebrating your success in person, and I'm delighted that so many of you are here today. It is great to see you all again. As the class of 2021, you faced major challenges in the final 15 months of your time at NTU. You came through these challenges, however, showing resilience, resourcefulness, and adaptability. The pandemic has reiterated the reach and relevance of the NTU community, a community that you will always be part of. It has re-emphasised the importance of connection and collaboration, of inclusion and innovation. Today is a reunion as well as a recognition of your graduation. Take the chance to renew friendships and acquaintances, because the stronger your network is, the stronger your future will be. No one completes this journey alone, however, and I invite you now to remember those who have supported you along the way. Your families, friends, course mates, professional services staff, and academic tutors. Please join me in thanking them with a well-deserved round of applause. These ceremonies also give us the opportunity to reflect upon the university's world-leading research, our commitment to ensuring our graduates are equipped for the world of work, and our ever-expanding network of international partnerships. Considering the challenges we've all faced since March 2020, I feel that we must recognise today the culture and ethos that underpins the university's many successes. It is from this ethos that we have all drawn the strength and maturity to prevail. The pandemic has reminded us of the importance of collaboration and the need to tackle challenges by working together. Innovation, inclusion, and expertise, these ideals are all ingrained in the university's DNA, and they have served us well in unprecedented times. Every title and every award is an endorsement of our beliefs, methods, and goals. And it is the day-to-day successes we see in our classrooms, across our campuses and communities that prove NTU's ability to deliver on its ambitions. The School of Social Sciences exemplifies those ambitions. It does not have a single point of focus, nor a defining discipline. Instead, it is a community comprising thousands of different voices and ambitions. It is made up of teachers, paramedics, and psychologists, of nurses, sociologists, and students of national and international politics. It is a school characterised and sustained by its diversity, and one whose members all share a common bond, a pressing need to improve society. The school believes in combining cutting-edge theory with hands-on practice. As your careers progress, remember that these two things are not exclusive. They should work in tandem and inform each other. A practitioner, a police officer, forensic psychologist or social worker, for example, can still theorise about their profession. That is how lasting, meaningful change can be delivered to individuals, families, and entire communities. That is the philosophy of the School of Social Sciences, and one that reflects the duties of a modern university: to enrich, to empower, and to connect globally. Class of 2021, it is a pleasure to have you back on campus. I hope you enjoyed today's ceremony, and I now invite Associate Dean Gareth Williams to read the names of today's graduands and the Chancellor to confer your degrees.
I now invite the steward to bring forward the first group of graduands. Chancellor, the following have qualified for awards from the School of Social Sciences. Master of Arts degree in Criminology, Ugne Augusto Viciute. Louisa Carmichael. Kelly Daly. Hannah Drakert. Leah Evans. Tom Hawkswood. The next student also receives the prize for excellence in academic achievement, Joseph Jennings. Lucy Kendall. Lydia Middleton. Lucy Mosley. Joanna Quintera. Laura Scarr. Britain Talbot. Amelia Trober. Martin Rosmer. Rebecca Whittaker. Cheyenne Young. Estelle Benjamin. Master of Arts degree in Sociology, Natalie Arnold. Ella Dixon. Laura Hyams. Rebecca Hipkiss. The next student also receives the prize for Best Student on MA Sociology, Lisa Shipman. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Early Years Initial Teacher Training, Bridget Allen. Carla Brindley. The next student also receives the prize for significant contribution to the wider community, Emma Finlayson. Hannah Givens. Emma Kettle. The next student also receives the prize for outstanding academic achievement, Leah Merrington. Diana Skelham. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Post-Compulsory Education and Training, Sean Kelly. Amy Passy. Amy Salmon. Natasha Shaw. Dale Shirtliff. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Eleanor Collin. Lucy Kennedy. Catherine Staples. Sinead Chakariko-Humber. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Art and Design, Ella Kirk. Nicole Watson. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Biology, Hannah Chatfield. David Jarvis. Jasim Corwin Granford. Oliver Kidger. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Business Education, Poppy Boyfield. Joshua Belcher. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Chemistry, William Keeble. Rebecca Smith. Professional Diploma in Studies in Education, Anna Preston. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Dance, Hayley Clark. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Design and Technology, Vanessa Hunt. Jocasta Luckhurst. Jasmine Farmer. Stephen Fox. Freya Hall. Georgina Hames. Bernadette McCabe. Nigar Salimi Borujeni. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Drama, Ellie Gascoigne. The next student also received the prize for Outstanding Academic Achievement, Bethany Smithard. Chancellor. That concludes the presentation of awards to the first group of graduands from the School of Social Sciences. I am pleased to invite Julia Davis to the stage to give the oration for our outstanding alumni, RJ Tagala, and to present him to the Chancellor to receive his award.
It is my pleasure and privilege to present Ajay Tagala, one of the most outstanding members of our alumni community, to receive an award today in recognition of his achievement. The Vice-Chancellor's Outstanding Alumni Award celebrates the success of NTU alumni who have achieved significant accomplishments in their chosen profession. Ajay Tagala is a wildlife television presenter, voiceover artist, countryside ranger, conservationist, and naturalist. I'm also tremendously proud to say he has a degree from Nottingham Trent University in environmental conservation and countryside management. While at university, Ajay took a volunteering placement with National Trust in Norfolk and, on his graduation in 2011, became a seasonal ranger based at Blakeney Point in Norfolk. Ajay earned respect as a young ranger, monitoring and protecting vulnerable ground nesting terns from dawn until dusk throughout the breeding season. One of Ajay's roles at Blakeney was to work with children, and he embraced this task with enthusiasm. Keen to engage the conservationists of the future. It is his easy manner and joie de vivre which is infectious, and it is this which captures the imagination of his audiences across many settings. During the winter, Ajay managed Blakeney's important grey seal rookery, and it was at this time the breeding population first reached the dizzy heights of 2000. This news reached the ears of Countryfile and Springwatch and led to Ajay's first television appearances. Ajay's most recent presenting television credits include Springwatch 2021 and the primetime BBC wildlife documentary Inside the Bat Cave. He has chalked up over 20 appearances across 5 main channels, including the popular BBC nature documentaries Countryfile, Coast, and Winterwatch, plus a live appearance on Springwatch Unsprung. As well as television and radio, Ajay is a filmmaker, capturing his local nature, producing and editing short online videos. Ajay has worked in nature conservation for a decade, not only in his beloved Fens, but also in Northumberland. Ajay currently works on Britain's very first nature reserve, Wicken Fen, alongside a host of special wildlife, including important wetland bird populations, 100 conic ponies and 50 Highland cattle that graze reclaimed fenland, part of an ambitious rewilding project that has been running for over 2 decades. Talking to Ajay about his life to date and the choices he made as opportunities have arisen, his dedication and enthusiasm seem to underpin it all. Conservation volunteering from his early teens created opportunities to gain vital advice on how to embark on the career he wanted, and now that same enthusiasm captivates audiences, drawing them into his passion for protecting our natural world. Not only a great speaker, Ajay has also authored numerous articles and scientific reports. Most recently, Ajay has been involved in a community partnership project, working with teenagers interested in developing their wildlife conservation and nature filming skills. Chancellor, we are honoured to have such an inspirational global leader in our alumni community. It gives me great pride and pleasure to present Ajay Tagala to receive his Nottingham Trent University Outstanding Alumnus Award.
Thank you so much, Julia. That's so kind. And I'd like to say congratulations to all of today's graduates. It's such a delight and an honour to be part of your day and to be back in Nottingham receiving this wonderful award, which I'm so pleased to receive. Like I say, so great to be back in Nottingham. As you probably gathered from what Julia said, I spend most of my time in rural surroundings, so it's a real rarity to be in a city and an absolute pleasure, because Nottingham holds so many wonderful memories for me. My graduation, and of course coming here on nights out as a fresher. And indeed, throughout my time, I was based at Brackenhurst at NTU, so we were way out in the countryside, perfect surroundings, but 45 minutes on a bus to get back after a night out in Nottingham, back to rural Brackenhurst. And it was a thrill from the first time I visited Brack on an open day. I realised this was where I wanted to study, being surrounded by wonderful places, wonderful wildlife and wonderful people, and the ideal stepping stone for my career. So for me, it all started really, I suppose, as a child feeding ducks, feeding bread to ducks on the local river, and looking through an ID book and seeing all the different kinds of birds there are, and dreaming of seeing them all throughout my life. And then that led to work experience at school, working on a nature reserve, and I met some wonderful wardens there and realised that they had a job that was a pleasure and also something so meaningful to help the world around us. And I decided that's what I wanted to do. That was my ambition. And through working as a volunteer and also through studying at Brackenhurst, getting that wonderful grounding, that led me to fulfil my dreams, essentially. And I have a career which I enjoy, and I do something that I believe in. And I have to say, obviously, hard work leads to success. So my advice is perseverance. Keep going and be open to opportunities as well. I'm very fortunate that I've had some wonderful opportunities that I never imagined, from counting thousands of ground-nesting seabird eggs, walking through a colony, the sight, the sound, and the smell, I've got to tell you, and also seals, thousands of seals on a beach on the East Coast, or helping cattle give birth in the middle of a field, semi-wild Highland cattle. So many surprises, and of course then being on television and presenting on Springwatch, opportunities that I embraced even if I couldn't quite believe they were happening. So my advice really is to stay committed and to stay dedicated. And a tip is to be, of course, considerate and respectful to others, because it's so easy to look around and see other people with envy and think, I wish I was them. But I try and see everybody as a potential friend, not rivals, but potential friends. And indeed, for example, the presenter Chris Packham, is somebody I've now been able to spend time with. And he said that you should always be true to yourself and never do anything that contradicts your beliefs. And that's something that takes me back to student life, because at school I didn't sort of mix with that many people that had that same interest in me in wildlife. Then at NTU, I was surrounded by passionate other students that were sharing their beliefs and working to move forward for the future. And that's, I'm happy to say what I'm surrounded with now, but that all started with, those debates you'd have both in the classroom and also in social time. And it's important to perpetuate that passion. So basically, I would like to say thank you so much, Vice-Chancellor, and a huge thank you to Nottingham Trent University for this award. Thank you so much.
I now invite the stewards to bring forward the second group of graduands. Chancellor. The following have also qualified for awards from the School of Social Sciences. Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary Education, English, Kieran Grieg. Molly Griffin. Jessica Hawkes. Oliver Smith. Geraldine Barnett. Catherine Brown. Maisie Ringrose. Kirsty Saunders. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Geography, Ross Dermot Bannerham. Rachel Hughes. Jamie Tuff. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, History, Chloe Smith. Bethany Sergey. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Mathematics, Timothy Bednall. The next student also receives the prize for significant contribution to wider society, Rebecca Chadwick. Harry Kitchen. Daniel Lilly. Amber Garrett. Jaskiran Kaur Karamjit Singh. James O'Connell. Chloe Smith. Michael Stack. Braden Strong. Professional Diploma in Studies and Education, Oliver Baxter. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Modern Languages, Alain Galindo Ruiz. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Music, Lee Banner. Anna Hill. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Physical Education, Rihanna Johnson. Ashley Martin. Alexander Rylott. Isabel Uran. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Physics, Eleanor Hartley. Postgraduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Religious Education, Kelly Turner. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Erica Leader. Elizabeth Robb. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Art and Design, Bradley Amphlett. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Biology, Stella Lakowski. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Business Education, Gabriella Kaufman. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Computer Science with ICT, Amy Matharu. Thomas Taylor. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Design and Technology, Georgina Alcock. Amanda Grice. Jessica Pepper. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, English, Rachel Aisthorpe. Tansy Polworth. North Green. Maria Holmes. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, History, Joseph Clark. Prentice Gribbons. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Mathematics, Declan Cross. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Music, Jordan Deans. Connor Heaton. Nathan Johnston. Alana Kearns. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Physical Education, Jessica Tate. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Secondary Education, Religious Education, Abigail Shevlin. Certificate in Education in Post-Compulsory Education and Training, Chloe Broadhurst. Sarah Brown. Georgia Clay. Esther Gandonu. Ellie May Hook. Leanne Lewis. Whitney May. Katie Rickett. Professional Graduate Certificate in Education in Primary Education, Phoebe Olajubu. Bethany Cunningham Burley. Master of Arts in Sociology, Janet Ndururi. Chancellor. That concludes the presentation of awards from the School of Social Sciences and concludes the presentation of awards to graduates at this ceremony. In absentia, Chancellor, I invite you to confer degrees on those graduands who have not been presented to you in person, but who have indicated that they wish their awards to be conferred in their absence. I certify that these graduands are worthy of their degrees, and I stand as proxy. Connor Norton, Nottingham Trent Students' Union President, will now propose the student vote of thanks.
Chancellor, Pro Vice-Chancellor, Executive Dean, distinguished guests, family, friends and fellow graduates. First of all, let me say I feel honoured to have the opportunity to present the vote of thanks on this special occasion. As a member of the class of 2020 and a student who graduated in September myself, I recently put on this very gown you wear today and know the immense sense of pride you all must feel today. Today, you leave your university days behind with amazing memories, great friends and possibly sadness from leaving a great chapter of your life behind. However, now is a time to reflect on what you've achieved. So please look around and appreciate the dedication, hard work and perseverance that allowed you to achieve the success you celebrate here with loved ones today. This last year has been a very, very difficult one. You traded nights of hard work in the library for nights in the kitchen with flatmates, trying to find the motivation to meet impending deadlines. You traded nights out in the SU for parties in your kitchen, hugs and days out in Nottingham with friends and family for a FaceTime call. You remain positive in the face of ever-changing government restrictions, balanced jobs, social lives, family commitments, and assignment after assignment. Despite your varied experiences of university, there is one thing that binds you all together, that you all have in common. That is the success that you're experiencing today. The success of graduating during a global pandemic, quite the achievement. However, these achievements would not have come about without the care and ongoing support of those around you, both those in the room today and those who sadly can't be with us. You've all worked so hard for your respective degrees, but we cannot forget those who helped you get to this point, because without them, I think we can all agree you would not be where you are today. So I welcome you all first to give a round of applause for all the NTU teaching staff who gave you much needed guidance and support over your time here at NTU. So a massive round of applause for them. In addition to the staff at the university, you'd have not got through your time at NTU without the endless support of friends and families throughout the whole process, from proofreading to flat dramas and even helping us learn how to use the washing machine, something I know I needed a lot of help from my mum with when I was a student. They were always on hand to make sure you had the support you needed when it mattered most. Finally, and most importantly, to each and every one of you graduating in this room today, I have no doubt in my mind you'll go on to do amazing things. Trust me when I say you'll look back on your time at NTU with a huge smile and memories that you'll carry with you for the rest of your life. You've all together faced a global pandemic with determination, resilience, and come out the other side successfully. Something that can never be taken from you. So to all of you, I wish you the best in everything you do going forward. Congratulations, and please raise the roof of this great building for yourselves. Thank you.
Well, this important ceremony is sadly nearing an end. And class of 2021, I echo the thoughts of the interim Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Research and Innovation, by congratulating you all on your achievements and wishing you every success in the future. It's fantastic to be able to share this day with you and your nearest and dearest in person. And it's wonderful to be back undertaking these ceremonies in our magnificent university hall. But, quite frankly, it's been such a difficult 18-month period. Can I just say I think you've all been absolutely amazing. We're very proud of you and what you've achieved. And under the circumstances, to achieve what you've done is something which we'll all remember for many years to come, particularly those loved ones that are with you today. And I particularly want to recognize the contribution that Ajay Tagala has made since leaving NTU. Ajay, it's amazing, your accomplishments, and you expressed it so well today, how important it is to do the work that you're doing, and we all care so much about, given climate change and everything that's happened. And you are an outstanding alumni and a role model to this new generation of graduates. So thank you, Ajay, for your insightful and inspiring words. And I promise you, you'll have made some people here today, not just students or graduates, but also members of their family and so on, think about what we need to do as we look to the future. I'd also like to thank our NTSU President, Connor Norton, for that wonderful student vote of thanks. And I think he expressed it extremely well, just how difficult things have been. And again, what we've had to overcome together as communities to get through this awful pandemic. And we're not through it yet, but we're getting there. Students are the heartbeat of our university, and in many ways of this city. Your contributions did not come just in your lecture theatres, seminars, studios, and laboratories. You undertook placements that made local organizations more effective. You took NTU to 10th last year in the foreshortened Universities Sports League, our highest ever placing. You participated in one of the most lively sets of NTSU elections of recent years. And you ran societies linked to your subjects. You made the Global Lounge the vibrant place that it's known to be around the world. Frankly, you are amazing. Beyond our campuses, you played sports for local clubs. You helped young children with their reading in local schools. You volunteered at food banks. You recovered welfare benefits denied local residents. You contributed generously to the nighttime economy of the city. Well, you did. And when it was possible to do so, you did countless other activities through the societies of the Students' Union. And I say next stage because although you've now graduated, you will remain members of our NTU global family, which is a worldwide community of over 220,000 alumni. Our doors will always be open to you. You can continue to access support from us, including advice for the next steps of your career from the employability team, and you can find out more by visiting the NTU alumni website. In time, you might also like to consider how you could help future generations of students, just as some alumni will have helped you, through offering lectures, placements, and careers advice, and by helping to fund our scholarships, facilities, and research. When the time comes, we also encourage you to complete the Graduates Outcome Survey. And by doing this, you will be leaving an important legacy for the students of tomorrow. But that's for the future. Now is the time to enjoy your success. Today is the time to celebrate your success. And I invite you all to join us for celebration refreshments in the Newton building. Would guests please remain seated for the processional music and as the academic party and graduates leave the hall. I now declare this graduation ceremony closed. Enjoy the day.